I am writing this from the guest bedroom because my husband and I had a fight. So, the thing is, my husband is a stay-at-home dad. 3 years ago, he wanted to quit his job and take care of the house and children, female 6 and 2M. I work a decent job and earn most of the money. My husband takes pride in being a stay-at-home dad. He always brags about how it is the easiest job in this world and women are just complaining for no reason. But the truth is, I help him with the chores as much as I can. In the morning, I wake up and fix the breakfast for them. My husband gets our daughter ready for school. I also do meal preps for lunch. All he has to do is assemble them and cook them. I pack my and my daughter's lunch. When I'm at work, he does the cleaning and spends time with our son or does his thing. Later, when I come home, I cook dinner and give my son a bath, help my daughter with her schoolwork, or I play with them for some time until bedtime. Besides that, whenever we do laundry, I fold the clothes that he washes and put them away. And during deep cleaning of our house, we split the tasks 50-50. I also handle all the doctor's appointments. This system works really well, but I hate that he thinks my contribution is not enough, that he does all the chores and I don't even lift a finger. Moreover, he has a blog and TikTok where he films his days. He also makes posts about how easy it is to be a stay-at-home dad and women just complain and are full of it. It is the easiest job in this world. I am glad he likes it, but I hate that he thinks he is superior to everyone and invalidates their experience. I grew up in a house where my dad didn't even lift a finger and my mom did literally everything around the house. He was the fun dad doing bare minimum. So, I do not want that to happen to my husband. Also, it is my house too, I believe. If both people do chores, the stress becomes less. Also, I know many of my friends who struggle with doing chores as a stay-at-home mom. I also know women who work and still do the majority of the chores. And his comments irritate me. So yesterday, my friend Ashley came to visit. She is a mother of 2. Her son probably has ADHD and is very active. She has trouble handling her son and gets no help from her husband. Her son breaks a cup in our house. Ashley was saying sorry. My husband cleaned it up and she was complaining how exhausted she was. My husband scoffed and told her, "You must be doing the parent thing wrong because I am a stay-at-home parent too, but I never had a problem. My wife barely does anything around the house and it is so easy. Maybe I should give you a lesson or two." I can see Ashley was upset. I understand why. Later that day, I told him what he said to Ashley was very rude. My husband acted as if he said nothing wrong and was honest. I pointed out that he doesn't do all the chores. I help him with at least 40%. That's why he thinks it is easy. He again argued that those chores are not significant compared to what he does. I told him he is being mean to everyone. We got lucky that our kids are easy and not active. Most of the kids are hard to handle. He again scoffed and said how hard it can be. We argued about this and he told me I am being ungrateful because no man would ever sacrifice like he did. I was upset and gave him some space. Was I wrong to point it out? Edit. Just want to point out, I have no issues of him being a stay-at-home dad. I just don't like his attitude towards it and the way he thinks it is the easiest job in this world because, to me and most of the people, it is still a job that has no vacation days. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Why are you okay with him putting down your contributions and devaluing you, especially in front of your children? His attitude is a problem and your children are being exposed to this daily. You're the idiot to yourself if you allow this to continue. Stop enabling him to put others down and stand up for yourself. Stop doing his job for him and let him step up. Or as he is apparently telling others, doing everything around the house. If he wants a chance to prove to everyone that being a stay-at-home mom is so easy, then you should support him and give him that chance by letting him do what he claims to already have to do, which is everything. Comment 2. Not the idiot. He sounds exhausted and unaware of how self-centered he is. Parenting isn't a competition between him and you. It's a team sport where you both have to participate. Sounds like you are doing more in context, in the home and outside the home. Love seeing a stay-at-home dad, but he needs a swift kick in the SS for being full of himself, not valuing your contributions and his misogynistic comments. Stop doing what you're doing and let him truly be a stay-at-home dad. Comment 3. I was a stay-at-home mom. My children are now adults. I did all of the household chores, laundry, cooking and cleaning. I did all of the yard work. We had an acre. I volunteered in their schools and music programs. That often took 30 hours a week. My husband did story time and often took care of bedtime. I considered the household tasks to be my job. I wouldn't have dreamt of telling someone else how they were doing it wrong. What an entitled and terribly rude comment. And he has a blog to tell strangers how to better manage their time. He doesn't even cook dinner, for heaven's sake. Please. Now, for the update. And if you're enjoying the video, please drop a like. It's free and really helps the channel grow. Okay, I took everyone's advice and stopped working my part of the chores. I did tell him beforehand, since he thinks my contribution to the housework is nothing, then I will stop doing everything altogether. I told him since he thinks being a stay-at-home mom is easy, then he should have the full experience of it. My friend's husband doesn't even lift a finger around the house, so I wouldn't either. He was obviously upset. He wanted to argue I cannot do this to him. He even tried to pull the incompetence card. I told him I am not going to do my portion of the job at home. I also gave the typical excuse. I work all day at my office so that we can survive on one income. It is selfish for him to expect me to do housework. That's what I did. I didn't do any housework. I didn't wake up in the morning and made breakfast. My husband had to do it. It wasn't hard for him, but I can see he was moody. I asked him to prepare my lunch because that is also my job. He refused at first, but then I told him he said he will do all the household chores too. That includes my lunch as well. He only packed me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I didn't do meal prep for lunch. It was his to figure out. At night when I came home, I didn't make dinner. I asked him to do it. He was shocked, but did it anyway. I didn't give my son a bath. He is fussy, which pissed my husband off. I only helped my daughter with her homework. I didn't help him with the laundry. The first few days he didn't say a word, but after a week it was showing that he was getting exhausted. He was getting more and more angry at small stuff, and usually cleaning would cool him off. But whenever he sees a mess, he throws a tantrum. On the weekends, I went to my mother's house to relax. That weekend, we were supposed to clean our bathrooms. He did that all by himself. As the days progressed, I can see him being really angry at me. Even I admit it has affected our intimacy a lot. At last, after 2 weeks, he told me, basically yelled that I proved my point. Things are back to normal, but I can see he is very distant with me. Last night I asked him to talk to me. He said he knew what game I was playing, but he did not appreciate me treating him like garbage and not considering his feelings. I told him it was his words that being a stay-at-home dad is easy. I just gave him the full experience of it. He kept denying that I should have been more supportive. All these weeks he felt like nobody and so underappreciated. He felt invisible. He started to hate me for not giving a frick and dumping everything on him. He is still not talking to me. We have booked a couples therapy session next week. Let's see if our relationship sustains or not. Comment 1. I think it goes without saying, but not the idiot. Not gonna lie, he sounds pretty toxic. Even when he has his come to Jesus moment, he's not actually recognizing that what he's feeling is exactly the thing he was demeaning others for. He thought it was easy, learned it's not, and instead of recognizing it, he pushes everything off on you. I really hope your counseling works OP because he really needs it. Comment 2. You've destroyed his ability to make himself feel superior to the women he has been criticizing, and he's pissed at you for it instead of being pissed at himself for behaving like a misogynistic prick. As a stay-at-home dad, he is doing work that has historically been done by women, and he is being financially supported by a woman. He likely feels that if he isn't doing it better than women do it, he's being emasculated. His male ego won't allow him to accept that he's not any better than the women who are Siams. This is his issue, not yours, and he needs to work that out. Comment 3. Wow, the old dose of your own medicine. Love it. He deserved it for making out like he had it so easy. Hopefully therapy will show him that what you did was literally the only way to make him see how much easier you were making his life. Good luck to you, not the idiot. Now for the next story. Would I be the idiot if I started dating my sister's crush? I'm 34. My sister is 28. The crush, John, is 35. My sister started her first job after college in my city and she moved in with me 4 years ago. That's when she met John. I remember her coming home that day gushing about him. I thought she was so cute and I listened to her every day talking about him. My sister is the opposite of me. She's bubbly and not shy. After 2 weeks, she asked him out, but he said that he wasn't interested at all. That broke her heart, but she isn't the type that gives up easily, so she thought maybe if they started as friends and he got to know her. My sister used to get her way eventually, and she thought he was one of them. She is very social, and she was friends with almost all her colleagues, and within a year, she had more friends in the city than I did who've lived here since I was 18. On her 25th birthday, she invited all her friends, and I met John. I was immediately taken by him, and I understood my sister's obsession. He is just amazing. I think he liked me too because he spent more time talking to me than any other, and he was genuinely interested and asked questions as he really was curious about me, and he listened. Nothing happened after the party, but he contacted me on FB a week later and asked me out. I refused, and he asked why, but I just said that I wasn't interested, that's all. He apologized, but then he said that he only saw my sister as a little sister. I didn't answer. After that, my sister started noticing that he was pulling away even as a friend, and he stopped going out with the colleagues like they used to. She thought she would ask him out again. This time, he told her firmly that it was never going to happen, and that he saw her as a little sister. She was devastated, and I do think it's because she really liked him, but also she kept saying, "How dare he?" I think it came as a shock because nobody ever rejected her before. By this time, she's been in love with him for 2 years. I felt sick to my stomach because I felt like I had a hand in my sister's heartbreak, but I never had the courage to confess to her. Soon after that, she moved back home and started dating her now fiancé. They got engaged 2 months ago. John still lives here. I've met him twice outside of IKEA, once in the movies. We just nod acknowledgement and smiled. When my sister announced her engagement, I got a message from John on FB asking how I've been and just chatting about random things. We have been texting casually on FB almost daily until about 2 weeks ago when he asked for my number and told me that he wanted to take me out on a date. He said that he felt something and hasn't forgotten me since that party. His interest seems very genuine, and he is very respectful when talking about a movie or a walk, nothing flirty or about just sleeping together. I don't know. I think I have had a crush on him too since I met him, and I've thought about him almost every day, and I fantasize about being with him, like being his wife. I've never told anyone about this because it's embarrassing and so horrible. Not even my closest friend knows about this. It's not even dating yet, and I feel that I've already betrayed my sister. Just wanting to see him feels like a betrayal. Every thought of him comes with guilt and shame. In one of his texts, he said, "What if this is the real thing and it could turn into something beautiful? Like, what if we're right for each other? I don't believe in soulmates, so I don't believe we're meant to be, or that he's the one or anything, and neither does he because he keeps talking about wanting to get to know me and find out why he's having these feelings and so on, so is it worth it? Will my sister understand? If it doesn't work, is it worth betraying her over a fling? Or worse, if it does work and we fall in love, I'm probably already one halfway there. I'm in so much despair. Would I be an idiot if I met with him?" Now, for a few comments before the update. If you're going to pursue this, even as a fling, I think talking with your sister first would be the sisterly thing to do. Be honest with her. She's now with her son. They're engaged and going to marry one day. Hopefully she has moved on from this crush. Comment 2. It seems like you believe that dating this guy will hurt your sister. If you dated him while keeping it a secret from your sister, it could do harm to your relationship with her. You could always ask your sister for permission. You don't need it, and you can date whoever you want. But this could offset any hurt feelings on her side, but then you would have to respect her answer or risk damaging the relationship. Comment 3. Tell your sister, but don't ask permission to date. Say you hope someday you find someone to love the way your sister loves her husband and you reconnected with John. Then the original poster responded with, "I won't be asking permission now. Now, for the update." Okay, thank you everyone for your kind words. The majority thought that I wouldn't be the AH, so it kind of gave me the boost that I'm maybe not the worst person on earth. I have 2 very different opinions, to tell my sister and don't tell my sister. I'm going with both options, but what I need to decide on is if I should tell my sister before or after I go out with John. I want to find out if we are going to work before telling my sister, and here's my reasons, so before you deem it the cowardly thing to do, hear me out. As I stated, I don't believe in soulmates. the one or love at first sight. I believe love comes with and strengthens with time, or I hope it does anyway, because I'm a true believer in easy come easy go. Love comes when you get to know each other, see the other person's flaws and bad habits and find yourself okay with them, even embrace them. Suddenly, leaving a ring on your wooden table is cute and not irritating, so it's not love. But then, I don't know why I still think about John after 3 years, and I don't know why he still thinks about me. I want to know. Many here said forbidden fruit, but that's not it. I don't have this kind of relationship with my sister. She's always been the baby, and our paths never cross that way. We have never felt rivalry, and we have totally different lives and priorities. So, no, that's not it. I want to see if there's something there, if there is, and it's worth it. If we fall in love and want to be together, I will tell my sister. I hope she is happy enough in her relationship, because then she would understand, because real love is hard to come by. If it doesn't work with John, then my sister doesn't need to know. Then I can move on without wondering what if. I have texted John now, gave him my number for the first time because I have only talked to him on FB. He called me within a minute, making plans on where to meet. His voice was so calm and it made me less anxious. I felt safe and peaceful talking to him. It's going to be the movies on Wednesday. He was excited about Mission Impossible 7, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that I've already seen it. Movies are great. We don't have to talk all the time, and we don't sit in front of each other, so I don't have to panic that he's watching me, and I don't need to feel awkward and make a fool of myself. When I was a teenager, I was on a date with a guy I really liked, and we went for dinner. I was so embarrassed and stupid, me left everything on the menu and went for bolognese. I spilled my dinner all over my white t-shirt like I never eaten spaghetti before, and guess if he asked me for a second date afterwards? Comment 1. Good luck. I read your comments on the original describing your sister. I understand the impulse to see if there is anything real with John before potentially hurting her. After all, why hurt her feelings for a date or two that fizzles out? But waiting could blow things up even more. You know your sister best, and you know how the rest of your family would react to your sister's emotions towards you. I'd just say, think about telling her before the date. The longer things go on, the harder it'll be to speak up if you are expecting a bad reaction from her. Regardless of her or your family's reaction, I hope the date goes well. Comment 2. Assuming that he knows that you are sisters, is it not weird to you that he rejected your sister and then went for you? Seems like an idiot move from him. I know you went out on a date with him already, but that fact he did that just rubs me the wrong way. I think communication is important with your sister right now, as you are risking losing your sister over this. I hope she takes it well and is able to move past it, but if she doesn't, you have to make a choice between your family and him. In the end, I just hope things work out for you and everyone involved. Then the original poster responded with, "We haven't gone out on a date yet. We decided on Wednesday." Comment 3. There are so many other men on the planet. Why does this one have to be the one your sister has weird feelings for? If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.